Hi, I'm Damon Davis, and I want to welcome you to a very special edition of 1-on-1. Listen, I am excited about today's program because we're going to talk about how amazing it can be when you and God get aligned, when you begin to really see what blessings are all about, when you simply realize that God's got our back. He's got a plan to see you walk out that thing called life in a way where you're set up to win, not lose, where you truly can be the head and not the tail, where you absolutely have a choice to triumph. The book today is called Choice and Triumph. And our guest, his name is Mark Craven. He's not just an author, a speaker. He's not just a man who's on a mission to see how that relationship can be achieved with you and the Master, how you can actually begin to live a life full of promise and prosperity, defined as nothing missing, nothing broken, everything whole. But watch this, how you can begin to experience the dreams planted inside you just as he did. Don't touch the dial. Stay tuned into today's program. It will change your life. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the program. If you're just tuning in, I am here with speaker, teacher, author, Mark Craven. He's the author of the new book, Choice and Triumph. And Mark, it's just a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Davis.
It's an honor. I want you to give me and the viewer a little snapshot of who Mark Craven is and why you wrote the book.
Well, I wrote the book to sort of share my story. We can relate to people that have gone through certain things and have experienced things, and I've been through a lot. Those are the stories that I've sort of touched on in that book, and they're not all pretty and they're not all pleasant, but at the end of the day, they're real.
They're real.
They're real. There's a lot of stuff in there that people said, I can't believe you would share that and let everybody read it. But I believe it's so important for us to be real, to be raw.
If I want to know how I get from the dreaming to the doing, I want advice from somebody who's been there.
Yeah.
You didn't just talk about the dream, my man.
No, sir.
You lived it.
Yes.
You were a rock and roll guy.
I was a heavy metal, rock and roll guy.
So if I asked you to give me a shout right now, you probably could hit certain decibels
Yeah, I don't know if they're prepared for it, so I don't want to injure any of the equipment.
And you were up on stage.
I was on stage.
I mean, you were doing it.
I was doing it. We played one show, and this is the best memory that I have from the band, and we had incredible times. But it was a small little VFW, and the kids were insane, and they were so on fire. They were screaming so loud in my face, it drowned out all the instruments behind me. It drowned out me screaming into a microphone. I couldn't hear anything but their excitement.
Wow.
And what I really took from that was when we're really living within our dream, which is very possible to do, when we're really doing what's in our heart and what we're on fire for, it's almost like the world is screaming for us to keep going.
Wow.
Because they're inspired.
Yeah.
The world gets inspired because everyone wants to see themselves there.
Yeah.
Maybe not in that fast. Not everybody wants to be a rock star. Not everybody wants to be a writer. But everybody has that dream.
To do the thing you were designed to do will get the kind of result that the Creator intended for it to produce. In your case, here you are getting the response from that crowd, which to me says that you were doing what the Creator intended you to do.
Amen. Absolutely.
Do you feel that way?
Yes. At that time, that was the only dream in my heart. That was what I wanted to do. I wanted to pursue music. I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to tour the world. That was it. I wanted to write music. I wanted to be in the studio. I wanted all of that.
And you experienced triumph.
Yes, absolutely.
That was the definition of triumph.
Yes. So,
wow.
But we didn't. What happened with the band was we were supposed to go to New York City, record our first full-length album, but some of my guys, and I love these guys, and they're all doing incredible things right now, but at the time, some of them said, it's a little too risky. So we never made the album. I went back to school, and you know, in the Wake was the name of the band, and we just kind of went our separate ways, you know. And quick on the title, it actually was supposed to be our band's first album title. I always loved the name, Choice and Triumph.
Choice and Triumph.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the choice.
Absolutely.
What was the choice?
Choosing to listen to your heart. When I finished my degree and I was working, I was 27, young and still young, but you know, I was looking and I was like, I'm not happy, you know, and I'm not happy. I don't know what my dream is.
Got it.
I don't know what I want anymore. I don't want to be the rock star anymore. That dream has sort of passed, you know, and I was just kind of looking at my life, and that became a serious concern. And that's where I came to that place where I looked. You have to look back at your life. You know, I always talk about taking a dream inventory. And what I mean by that is to just sit down and just quietly remember what it was when you were 15 years old, 13 years old, 8 years old. I want to grow up and be an astronaut. Mm-hmm. I want to be a dinosaur. Mm-hmm. I don't know, whatever you wanted to be. You know, you had something in your heart that was pulling at you and that you knew that you wanted to do. And it's still there. So you have to sit there and you have to pay attention. For me, I loved music and I loved performing. I loved being on stage. I loved writing. I've been writing my whole life. I wrote lyrics in the band. I wrote lyrics or poetry and lyrics when I was a kid. I loved writing, you know, and I was like, okay, that's something I love. Boom, I put that on my dream inventory.
Got it.
And then I say, I love being in front of people and I love speaking and I love talking about success strategies and ways to, you know, really set goals and achieve those goals. I worked as a student success coach in a college. And, you know, I was like, I really love being in front of people and speaking. I love that too. Boom, put that on my dream inventory. And then I said, I love meeting with people and just talking and coaching them and one-on-one and talking with them and getting their story and sharing my story with them and seeing, you know, them achieve the goals that they want to achieve. Boom, I put that on my dream inventory. And then I have my dream inventory and I know what I want. I say, is what I'm doing right now in my life in line with what I really know that I want to do?
Got it.
And when I looked at my position that I was in the college, and this is recent, this is, you know, 3 months ago, and the education that I was attaining, I have a bachelor's of science in biology, and I was studying for a master's in higher education management. I said, are these things in line with me, with what I really love? And what I discovered was I'm climbing the wrong mountain. This isn't in line with my heart. And I made a choice. And, you know, I put in the resignation. I gave them 2 months notice. And I sold everything I owned. And I packed my car and I drove to the West Coast from Pittsburgh.
You're kidding me. What are you pursuing?
My dream inventory. Speaking, writing, meeting with people. I made a sign and it said free success coaching and author speaker Mark Craven.
Come on.
And I bought a table and a couple chairs. And I went to Venice Boardwalk.
All right.
And I set up.
All right.
And I've met, and I still do it, incredible people.
To do what?
Incredible people.
You
just have a conversation
listen
with
to
them.
their story.
I listen to their story.
Give them
I said,
advice.
what do you want to do?
Uh-huh.
Where do you want to go?
Is that where you start?
That's where I start.
So, okay, I walk up to your table. I'm off the street.
Yeah.
What's the first question you're going to ask me? How you doing?
Hey, what's your name?
Damon.
Damon. Nice to meet you, Damon.
Nice to meet you.
What are your dreams?
Wow.
What do you love? What are you passionate about?
Wow.
I don't know, Mark. We'll go find out.
Wow. Wait a minute. Man, it starts there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, as you just asked me that, you caught me off guard. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are they?
Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it.
Is that what happens to us?
Mm-hmm.
Life happens to us? We've been beat so down and so man, I don't even know what I stopped dreaming.
I forgot. You know, my past left me with some serious insecurities. You know, me, rock star, neck tattoo, screaming in people's faces.
I couldn't imagine.
I
would think you were just born that way.
Yeah,
but you weren't.
No, I wasn't. You know, when I was 7 years old, I made a vow never to get my hopes up because I'm always let down.
Wow.
7. I was 7 years old.
Wow.
And I learned that if I allowed insecurity to take the throne of my thoughts, I would never accomplish the things that I had in my heart. Never. You know, and I'm so passionate about saying the things in your heart. I know I keep going back to that, but the fact is heart attacks happen most often Monday mornings.
Why?
People stress all weekend, and I was there. You know, I was there. I got to the point. I was so thankful for the opportunity, but after a couple years in this position in the college, I wasn't happy with the work. It wasn't rewarding enough. And every day I was, just going through it. I hate this job. I hate it. I can't stand it. The whole weekend passes and it's just weighing you down in this stress and this anxiety. I can't believe I have to go to this and do this again. To the point that it takes years off of our lives.
But we have a choice.
We do.
We can learn how to dream again.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, Mark, because there's a lot of people, and I know I'm speaking for some folks watching. There's a lot of people that are saying, I don't want to jump out of a plane.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in a car and go across country.
Yeah.
I just want to learn how to get to the next level.
Absolutely.
Can you help people discover how to do that too?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be this world-altering, earth-shattering change that they have to make.
Is it little steps?
They're little things. It's just, like I said, it's just incorporating what you have in your heart in your daily life.
Wow.
No matter what it is, hiking, biking, fishing more, spending more time with your best friend, grabbing a coffee.
Being
I
a
love
better
Starbucks.
dad, right?
I love being at Starbucks, being a better dad. I love just having conversations with my kids, but I don't do it enough.
Wow.
Well, find the time I love reading, but I don't have time. Okay, set time aside.
Revitalizing a marriage could be, hey, let's have lunch
Let's have
together.
lunch. Let's have a date. Do you have a date night? No,
wow.
we don't.
Simple stuff.
We'll have a date night.
Simple stuff.
Simple things. And then when you do want the earth-shattering things, it's still the same thing because it's action.
Wow.
It's in both.
Got it.
Whether it's earth-shattering, and that is earth-shattering.
Yeah, yeah.
Having a better relationship with your kids, that is earth-shattering.
Sure, sure.
You don't have to be a rock star.
Right.
You don't have to be selling 1 million books a day.
Got it.
That doesn't have to be it.
Success is not that.
Success is living a fulfilled life.
And fulfillment is doing what it is in our heart
Right.
that we wish to do.
Exactly.
And
doing.
And do it now.
Doing, yes.
Man, the Bible talks about faith without works
Is dead.
is dead. And we say that so often and it almost becomes cliche. And we say, okay, yeah, I get that. Miracle's not just going to fall in my lap. But how many of us actually put those words to practice? My grandparents tell a story of being called into ministry and they sold everything that they owned. They packed up in a car and they drove to Texas, having no idea where they were supposed to go.
Yeah.
They arrived in a small town, and my grandmother, praying woman that she was, she said, we're supposed to stop at that house. They stopped at a house. They walked up to the door. They knocked at the door, and this little old lady met them at the door, and she said, are you the ones that God sent? Now, I am not making this story up. It's the kind of supernatural God that we hear about, that we believe exists, that we say is off yonder, and yet we never experience because we don't have that kind of courageous faith.
Absolutely, yes.
That lady said to my grandparents, the Lord told me that He was sending me a young couple and that I'm supposed to sponsor into planning a church.
Amen.
Oh my God.
Boom.
I'm telling you.
It's incredible.
Well, that story of that decision set in motion, stay with me here, that situation led to a generation to that I would be sitting here to meet a man who would have packed up and went across country to receive a phone call to be here.
Out of nowhere.
And here you are.
Here I am.
I think that most of us, if we're really honest with ourselves, we find our problems to be a reminder that whatever we thought that we were supposed to do in this life when we were small, the question, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? We find ourselves still seeking to find that dream come to pass.
We lose connection with our hearts because we come to a place where the world says, you're not supposed to have good things happen to you. And we start to buy into that common practice of thinking that this is too good to be true. This can't be happening to me.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy for this.
Right.
I can't be on a TV show. I can't write a book.
Yeah.
I can't stand on stage and scream like a maniac in a heavy metal band. We believe those things and we so rarely believe, yeah, this is a good thing. This is supposed to happen to me. And when you're in that mindset, well, who cares about dreams?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have time for dreams because you don't have the mental space for dreams, because dreams aren't going to happen. Dreams are incredible. And if you look up the definition of incredible, it says extraordinary.
Yeah.
It says difficult to believe, impossible to believe. And many of the times when we look inside of ourselves really and we start to know, like, what do I really want? It would be amazing to be paid and have a career as a writer.
Yeah.
What if I could write and expose my heart to people and help people in this way? And that was my career, and that was my joy. That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
So,
Hard to believe.
Hard to
Is
believe.
possible.
Right, right. So when we look at our incredible, impossible to believe dreams, we have to take incredible and impossible to believe action towards those dreams, and that is the primary piece of it.
Yeah.
I want to know that I did everything I could do to make this dream happen.
Wow.
And I did. And looking back, I know I did. I had a decision to stay and be unhappy. I was unhappy with where I was, what I was doing. I recognized that what I was doing was not in line with what I wanted to. And then I had this other decision. You couldn't see anything. It was complete faith. And I really believe when we're faced with decisions, the one that is the scariest, the one that takes the most faith, I believe God is saying, that's the one I want you to take. That's where I want you to go.
That's good. So
And
true.
amidst fear, fear is there.
Yeah.
There is no question. But fear is only the problem when we don't act. So I felt peace. I did not know where I was going to be staying. I actually bought a bunch of camping gear, planning to camp.
But you were ready. You're like,
I was
I might
ready.
end up in the woods.
I'm running. I'm going. I'm doing this. And within a couple days, I got a phone call from very close friends. My best friend's family called me and said, we just had a relative pass away in California. He had a condo, a 2-bedroom condo. Can you stay there?
All because you had relentless, fearless passion to chase this man called Jesus.
Amen.
I think half the audience is packed up and they're like heading off to the west because we just validated be crazy. But look, you know,
Validated insane today.
we did. But you know what? How great is God?
Amen.
And let's boil it down to the nubbies, meaning maybe there's a job you're trying to go for and you're afraid because you don't think you stack up. Well, leap and let God do the rest. Maybe you are trying to restore a marriage and it's off the rails and you're like, I cannot go in there again and humble myself to that jerk and because I'm going to get rejected anyway. But you throw caution to the wind.
Yes.
You oppose fear.
Oh, yeah.
And doubt, and you step in faith believing that if God put it in your heart, He's going to make a way.
He's going to make a way.
It's this saying where there is vision, there is provision. Dr. Dower, he's my spiritual dad, he said that fear is an emotion designed to move us in a direction.
Yeah,
Well, it's a choice then.
it is.
What am I going to let fear do? Fear
Which
is a
direction
great
are you going to let
emotion,
it go?
right? But
yeah.
it can drive me. It can be a driving force to move me in a direction. And if I just know that God's got it, God knows the end of the story, I'm going to let fear drive me in a direction of Jesus. That He's got the answer.
And what does Jesus want for us? He wants us to have the best life later.
Now.
Now.
Yeah.
He wants us to experience the best life now. He came to give us life. And life to the full.
Oh, yeah.
To the full. So why couldn't I live my dream?
Yeah.
This is what He wants for me. If I'm acting in line with the things that He's put in my heart,
Yeah.
I'm not going wrong.
It's often that when someone receives a diagnosis, they completely reorder their steps to begin living the life that they've always wanted to live, as you just described. In other words, a true, unrelenting pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
So what have you found to be the definition of that? What is happiness really?
Knowing the things in your heart and taking massive action on those things.
You didn't say just action, you said massive action.
Massive action, incredible action. Action that is extraordinary, action that is impossible to believe.
Without fear.
Without fear. And even in the presence of fear. Because courage is not the absence of fear.
Got it.
Courage is moving forward and taking action in spite of fear.
Ooh, wow.
Right? But you have to be willing to risk it.
Yeah.
It's willing to step out and know the things that are inside your heart.
Risk is a big one. A lot of people are afraid.
I think that's the nature of humans.
Is it? Unpack it for me.
Anything that presents risk, I mean, survival of the fittest. I have a biology degree. I'm a Christian, but I did learn a lot about evolution.
Got it. Got it. Come on.
But sort of survival of the fittest tells us, whoa, I'm staying away from that. I need to survive. I need to live, and this is just too scary.
Got it.
And we're constantly reinforced by society, by people that we love, by family and friends that say,
Aren't we?
You can't do this thing. That's not safe.
That's too great a risk.
It's too great of a risk.
I'm going to lose.
What do you really have to lose? If you take a jump, I'm driving this car. It's terrible. My job is terrible. Let's be honest. I'm not happy. I don't like what I'm doing. I don't like where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay, well, jump.
Whew,
That
wow.
is how you do it.
Powerful.
God is going to put someone in your life or several people in your life that say, well, this is the thing that you need to do. I met with somebody that wanted to write a book, and that was his thing. He wanted to write a book, and, we sat down, we talked for about an hour, and, I kind of explained to him how I went through the self-publishing, how I did that and how I wrote and, the breakdown of formatting and things like that. And he was like, oh, that's what I needed. I just needed to see that there's something beyond, like what's just a little bit ahead.
Got it.
And then he wrote his book.
Wow. Vision.
Vision.
And I guess you got to have a certain amount of vision to see beyond the stuff that you're staring at every day, to see beyond the car that you got a problem with and the job and the relationship and all that. You've got to be able to see beyond that, which is really to see what life could be like if I but took a step. And you made a choice. You made a choice to profile in the most transparent form and way your story.
Yeah.
And it's raw. You don't hold anything back.
Don't.
You tell it like it is.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to say, confession is good for the soul, not your reputation. You ain't worried about your reputation.
I'm not.
Because it seems that you're really just wanting people to understand that, hey, I've been where you are.
Right.
I didn't have life on a silver plate handed to me.
No.
And I overcame some stuff. I had to do a dream inventory.
Yep.
I made a decision to move beyond here because I knew there was more over there.
I write in the book, the choice was deciding to write the book. The triumph was overcoming the content written on its pages.
Clearly God had a plan.
Yeah.
And it was, man, to have you here for such a time as this, to reach people where they are, to remind them that, Mark, it's time to dream again.
It is time to dream, absolutely.
It's time to recognize that you've got a part to play. The part that you have to play is being part of the answer. How do you be part of the answer? By asking the right questions. How do you ask the right questions? You got to know who to go to ask them. And how do you know who the right people are? Well, you got to find people who have been there, who have done it, and can lead the way. And I'm just so proud to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
To be that person.
Mr. Davis.
To answer the questions that you have. And so I want to encourage you. My announcer is going to come, and we want you to get your hands on the book, Choice and Triumph. It's an easy read, not because the book isn't profound and doesn't have some amazing stuff in it. It's that it's written in a way where you follow the tracks of a story and you follow the footsteps of someone who has made a decision that there's more to life than I see, and life is worth living. And then you get an amazing teaching series that is Mark as he walks through the steps on how to begin to live your best life now. Those kind of coaching programs cost thousands of dollars, but not with what Mark has built for you. You can begin to walk in the freedom that God has in store for you and break the chains of what this world has bound you with. Amen? We'll be right back right after this.
As a child, when someone asked what you wanted to be when you grew up, you might have said something like a ballerina, a famous athlete, an artist, or a doctor. You had big dreams, and nothing was going to stop you from reaching them. But today, you find yourself in a seemingly endless rut of working tirelessly in an unfulfilling job just to be able to pay the bills and put food on the table. Instead of feeling excited about what each day holds, you struggle to just get by. You can't find the time to sleep anymore, let alone fulfill your dreams. Well, it does not have to be like that. It's time to turn your what if into what now Learn to shift your mind so that you can live the life God has planned for you, one of abundance, excitement, fulfillment, and joy. Bottom line, never give up on your dreams. In his debut book, Choice and Triumph, Mark Craven proves that dreams can come true. Mark candidly shares intimate stories of abuse, loss, defeat, addiction, and his struggle to find his identity. He proves that no matter what you have been through, no matter where you are in your life, you can reinvent yourself and achieve the life of your dreams, just like he did. You just have to take action. Through personal stories and practical advice, you will learn how to reclaim the dreams God has placed in your heart. You will be encouraged and supported every step of the way as your dreams turn into reality. In addition to this inspirational book, you'll receive this exclusive DVD, Dream Leaping, where Mark shares valuable strategies and insight that will help you change your mindset, determine your purpose, overcome your obstacles, and begin living out the dreams in your heart. And as a special gift from Damon, you'll also receive the uncut interview from today's program. Hear touching real-life stories of how God continues to supernaturally intervene in Mark's life and how his faith has helped him achieve his dreams. All of this is available to you today for a love gift of only $35. This Triumph bundle will rejuvenate your dreams and re-energize your life. But wait, there's more. To keep you on the right track towards fulfilling your dreams, Damon will also send you this inspirational Word Power Scripture card to give you the biblical ammunition you need when the enemy tries to shut you down. And because the Word of God says to write your vision down, he will also send you this beautiful 1-on-1 leather-bound journal. Call now to take advantage of this amazing opportunity. You have nothing to lose. That's the book, Choice and Triumph, the DVD, Dream Leaping, the complete full-length interview, plus the inspirational Word Power Scripture card and journal for only $35. If you're done wasting time, if you're done feeling burnt out, and if you know God has abundantly more in store for you, then call now so you can build the life you've always wanted. Make your dreams your reality. Take that first step towards your destiny and call or go online now.
Mark, thank you.
Damon, thank you.
Can we have you back at some point and
Please.
share more and
Please.
hopefully your next book?
Yeah, the
All
next,
right.
it's called Why I Want to Hug the Whole World.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm bringing some biology into that
We
one.
can't wait. And we can't wait to see you on the next one-on-one program. May God bless you richly. And please, take that one step now of faith that can be the difference in your life beginning now. We'll see you again next time.
Hey guys, how are you? So you just heard me talking about my dream leap, and you might be wondering what happened. Right now, I work full-time at USC, and I love it. I'm able to stay in California, I'm able to do motivational speaking still, and I'm still writing. I have a new book coming out called Be a Hero to Your Heart, and I do life coaching. Just reach out to me, please, and it helps to talk with somebody who's actually done something like what I've done. Because I see it. I'm on the other side of it. So I see what it really is to take a leap of faith and, to land. So work your faith, all right? Because faith without works is dead. Work it. Just take it and run, all right? I love you guys. God bless every one of you, and just go get it. Go get it. Go get your dream. It's waiting.